The Anacostia River is one of the most polluted rivers in America, but the Anacostia is like a buried treasure. Cleaned up, its natural beauty systems will enrich us all. Fortunately, scientists, environmentalists, and citizens, including youth, are working hard to unlock the magic of the Anacostia River. We are DC Public School 5th graders bringing video cameras and our voice to the battle to save the Anacostia River. Please join us for Anacostia Explorers.
We live on the Anacostia River. It's a dirty river. We've always known that.
I think anybody could see that our water's dirty.
You could be a 2-year-old baby and walk by that and still notice how dirty that is.
But we haven't always known what we could do to make it better. Until some young conservationists from the Earth's Conservation Corps pass on their torch to us.
This is your river. It's in your backyard. It's up to y'all. It's up to us. It's up to you all to keep it clean and keep it forever. When I was young, I didn't know too much about the Anacostia River. So it's a great opportunity for you all to learn how to use these cameras and to know, that you have a voice out here. What's the most important river to clean? Anacostia. Who's going to clean it? We are. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Gotta get excited about the river.
We had to perfect our skills before we could become cameramen and conservationists.
What are 2 questions that you would like to ask Bobby Kennedy?
And we just had to have a little fun. The mood got serious when we journeyed out to the banks of the Anacostia to learn as much as we could about our river.
Fish in the Anacostia River have cancerous tumor rates that are as high as ever documented in an American river, and a U.S. government-led study to be published next month links the tumors to pollution caused by vehicle emissions and runoff. 50 to 68% of mature brown bullhead catfish had liver tumors, most of which were cancerous. We have the dirtiest river in the nation, the Anacostia. What do you think about that?
I'm sad because it's harmful to the fish and us.
When I heard the news, I felt disappointed because I didn't know that Anacostia River was that dirty.
20,000 tons of trash is dumped into the Anacostia River each year. 2.5 billion gallons of rainwater and raw sewage overflows every year into the Anacostia River. An organization called American Rivers has named the Anacostia one of the most endangered rivers in the country.
When Bobby Kennedy walked in the room, everyone got quiet, and that was because we were just so amazed.
Hey kids. Hey, what's your name?
Me and Bobby Kennedy for the first time, it felt like I was excited to meet somebody very important.
Who's going to ask me questions?
What can kids like us do to clean up, to help keep the Anacostia clean?
The most important thing is what you're doing now, which is to tell the public that they own the river and that somebody stole the river from them. For most of the people, we all own this river, and for most of us, it's the biggest thing we're ever going to own. And yet somebody came here and stole it from us. So we got to get it back. And what happened is when the polluters destroyed the river, people just started thinking, oh, they had a right to do that. Well, what would happen if somebody came in and dumped garbage into your backyard or into your hallway, of your house? You'd tell them, don't do that, right? Well, you should do the same thing if they dump it into your river, because you own this river, and nobody's allowed to dump garbage into it. And so it's against the law. They're breaking the law. They're criminals when they do it. Everybody here should be able to go down and jump, put a bathing suit on a hot summer day and go jump in that river and swim in it and get it in your eyes and mouth and and not be sick. But somebody stole the river from the people who lived in this community. And what your job is to go out there and tell the people, these are thieves.
Do you think seeing children help help work with the pollution at the Anacostia River, do you think other people would start to join in?
You know what? Children know right from wrong. And, a lot of times when you get older, you start to confuse what's right and what's wrong. But any child can look out there and say, no, it's not okay. There's no reason that ever is going to make it okay to pollute that river, because you're stealing stuff from all of us. And the kids need to tell their parents what's right and wrong. And that's what you guys are doing.
We telling everybody it's wrong to pollute this river and any river.
Just because you're a kid don't mean that you can't do nothing about it.
And now what we have to do is take it back for the people. Because actually, do you know who owns the fish in the river?
No.
Who do you think owns them? Do you think the mayor owns them?
No.
Do you think President Bush owns them?
No.
Do you think the Interior Department?
No.
No? How about the big corporations? No. We own them, right? The people own them.
When Bobby Kennedy was telling us that we own the Anacostia River, I felt like it was my home, so we got to help clean it and help make sure that it's clean so people won't be coming to our environment saying this is a landmark and it's all filthy and dirty.
Every child in Washington, D.C. has a right to take a fishing rod and go down to the Anacostia and pull out a fish and bring the fish home and feed it to their family with pride. A big catfish or a striped bass or a shad. And yet somebody stole the fish from the people who live here. And what we've got to do is we've got to get the fish back in the river for the people and for the community. And if we can't protect this river right here in Washington, D.C., with the full force of the federal government right here, then how can we protect rivers that are way out west and other places? We've got to show we can protect the river right here in Washington. Okay, so we're going to go catch some fish now? Great. That's my favorite thing to do.
But before we could catch fish, a few of us were determined to catch a Kennedy. The reason why I wanted to get a hug from Bobby Kennedy was because he inspired me. And now we are about ready to go fishing. Well, netting to be exact. Now Mr. Kennedy and some of his fellow partners, they are going to find a place so they could start placing the net and so they could get some fish and throw it back into the water. Mr. Kennedy has just left.
I like to see what lives under the water. It's like a mystery, particularly when you look at the Anacostia, because it's kind of brown color. And you could look at it and you could see some of the garbage that's floating on the top and say, oh, there's nothing alive there. But then actually when you get in the river and you catch the fish, you find out that there's a whole lot of stuff living down there. And then you say, what right do we have to put all this garbage in on top?
You see how dirty that water is? We gotta clean that up. That just looks wrong. Look at it.
Actually, I expected nothing to be in that water because the way it looked just so polluted. That looked like nothing could be in that water. Maybe sticks and trash in it.
That was the foulest smelling water I've ever been in.
No matter how smelly, our river and all the living things still survive in it pleasantly surprised us.
Oh, now we got some fish at least. I can see some in there. You see them jumping in there? Yeah. Oh, this is good. Fill up the aquarium. Look at that, we got shad in here, kids. There's shad back in the Anacostia. All right.
Who knew that many fish could live in the Anacostia River?
Who is the small one right here?
Yeah, put them in the bucket. Put them right there. All the small ones.
We're gonna let go?
Yeah.
Did you guys get some footage of them? Yep. Yeah. You gonna put it in here, babe? We got a small one right here, babe.
Who's got it? Anybody got a camera besides?
Now we are looking at the fish and we caught a large turtle and he is in the bucket and we are going to take all the little fish and put it in the aquarium. All the big fish that we caught, we put them back in the water.
And I don't know what this is. That's some kind of a chub.
You guys have over here.
it's maybe a mosquito, a dragonfly larva.
The way I felt to pull so much stuff and living things out of the Anacostia River was good because I knew that at least something was living in there, and it made me have high hopes for the river.
Who wants to join the Touch His Head Club?
Working with Bobby Kennedy made me feel like a superhero.
He's trying to get you to touch the shell.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
Sure, thank you. Who votes that we let the fish go? Who votes that we keep the fish?
Although we weren't quite ready, we had to say goodbye.
Put them gently into the water.
You saw us down there. We caught a lot of fish. We let some go, and we just took a look at some of them. This is our footage. Thanks for looking. I have a powerful message because I can speak out loud to everybody that I can't help Anacostia River. I'm just not a kid. I am a kid, but I know I can do something about it.
Don't pollute our rivers because we need them for resources.
See, he'll turn around because he knows where the river is.
The turtle's trying to say something to us. And everyone should look at the turtle.
You will see kids like me trying to clean up the river so that in 2 decades I can say that I helped clean up that river and I did part of that.